Welcome to Health and Life. Hot beverage Green Heart. Did you know that your daily cup of coffee might contain acrylamide, a potentially harmful compound? While coffee lovers don't need to panic, understanding how different roasting methods affect acrylamide levels can help you make healthier choices. In today's video, we'll explore what acrylamide is, how it forms in coffee, and what you can do to reduce your exposure. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe for more health and wellness insights. Among the myriad compounds that pose risks to health, acrylamide is a particularly alarming, yet often overlooked, name. The concerning aspect is that we won't find acrylamide on the ingredient list of any product, as it is not intentionally added to food. Instead, it's a byproduct formed during high-temperature processing. This makes acrylamide a hidden danger, difficult to control and frequently present in modern diets. Numerous animal studies, particularly on mice and rats, have indicated that acrylamide can cause DNA mutations, damage nerve cells, negatively affect the brain, and impair reproductive function. Furthermore, scientific evidence suggests that acrylamide is a substance that can cause serious cellular damage, increasing the risk of various types of cancer. In light of these potential harms, many leading health and environmental organizations worldwide have issued warnings. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, along with international cancer research organizations, has classified acrylamide as a compound with the potential to cause cancer in humans. This means that prolonged exposure to or consumption of acrylamide could significantly increase the risk of developing cancer. So, where does acrylamide come from? Why is it so prevalent in everyday foods? And most importantly, how can we protect ourselves from its harmful effects? To understand this issue better, we need to delve deeper into the mechanisms of acrylamide formation, identify the foods containing high levels, and explore measures to minimize the risk. If acrylamide is so dangerous, why is it so commonly found in everyday foods? The answer lies in how we process food. Acrylamide is not a naturally occurring component in fresh foods. It is formed during cooking at high temperatures, especially when starchy and protein-containing foods are heat-treated. The mechanism behind acrylamide formation involves a complex chemical reaction called the Maillard reaction, a process that gives food an appealing brown color and delicious flavor when cooked. However, when temperatures exceed 120 degrees Celsius, or 248 degrees Fahrenheit, especially in methods like frying, baking, roasting, or deep frying, an amino acid called asparagine combines with refined sugars, leading to the formation of acrylamide. These refined sugars that easily trigger this reaction include glucose, dextrose, synthetic sugars often found in processed foods, glucose syrup, maltodextrin, a processed starch widely used in the food industry. Modified starch, especially cornstarch, can participate in this process and accelerate the rate of acrylamide formation. This means that the more processed foods, containing refined starches and cooked at high temperatures, the greater the risk of acrylamide production. This is why acrylamide is present in many industrial products, from toast, cookies, snacks, and French fries to roasted coffee. So, are there ways to limit the formation of acrylamide in food? Can we change the way we process food to reduce this risk? Let's explore this in the next section. Having understood how acrylamide is formed in food, the question arises: which foods contain the most acrylamide? The answer might surprise you, as these are all familiar dishes in many people's daily meals. Foods with a high risk of containing acrylamide: fried foods, French fries, potato chips, corn or potato-based snacks all have high acrylamide levels due to being processed at high temperatures, especially in industrial vegetable oils. Baked goods, cookies, toast, crackers, pastries, and breakfast cereals all have the potential to produce acrylamide during baking or drying. Roasted coffee. The coffee roasting process also produces acrylamide, especially in light roasts. However, not all foods create acrylamide. Natural sugars like raw cane sugar or honey do not activate this reaction, meaning they do not directly contribute to the formation of acrylamide like refined sugars do. How do cooking oils affect acrylamide? A little-known factor is that the type of oil used for cooking also determines the level of acrylamide in food. Studies show that saturated fats like tallow, coconut oil, or butter help significantly reduce acrylamide formation, while refined vegetable oils from seeds, such as soybean oil, corn oil, increase this risk. Interestingly, before the 1990s, McDonald's used tallow to fry their potatoes. And at that time, their fries did not contain acrylamide. But when the food industry switched to using vegetable oils to meet the low-fat trend, acrylamide began to appear at higher levels. So, are there ways to minimize the risk of absorbing acrylamide in our daily diet? What cooking tips can significantly reduce the acrylamide content in food? The answers will be in the next section. Now that we know that acrylamide is present in many popular foods, the next important question is, how can we limit the absorption of this toxic compound in our daily diet? Fortunately, there are many simple but effective ways to reduce acrylamide without completely giving up our favorite foods. The type of oil you use for cooking can significantly affect the level of acrylamide in food. Studies show that saturated fats such as butter, coconut oil, or animal fats, such as tallow, help reduce the formation of acrylamide. While vegetable oils from seeds, soybean oil, corn oil, sunflower oil, can promote this reaction, acrylamide forms when refined sugars combine with proteins under high heat. Therefore, replacing refined sugars, glucose, dextrose, corn syrup, with natural sugars such as raw cane sugar or honey can help limit this risk. These natural sugars do not activate the Maillard reaction in the way that refined sugars do, helping to reduce the formation of acrylamide when cooking. The higher the temperature, the greater the risk of creating acrylamide. Therefore, reducing the processing temperature is one of the most effective ways to limit this compound. Some helpful methods include: prioritize slow cooking. This method helps prevent food from exceeding 120 degrees Celsius, 285 degrees Fahrenheit, significantly reducing the acrylamide formation process. Limit baking or frying at high temperatures. If you need to bake a cake or fry food, choose a lower heat level and avoid burning the food. Acrylamide appears most in processed foods such as snacks, cookies, French fries, and industrial cereals. Therefore, eating more fresh, unprocessed foods will significantly reduce the amount of acrylamide absorbed into the body. If possible, choose organic foods, self-processed at home with natural ingredients to better control the factors affecting acrylamide. By making these small adjustments in your diet, you can significantly reduce the impact of acrylamide on your health, thereby limiting the risk of chronic diseases, including cancer. But what if you accidentally consume acrylamide? Are there ways to help the body detoxify or neutralize its harmful effects? Even if we try to limit it, sometimes we still find it difficult to avoid consuming foods that contain acrylamide. So, does the body have any way to protect itself from the negative effects of this compound? The answer is yes. By supplementing with foods rich in antioxidants and cell-protecting compounds, you can help your body neutralize and eliminate acrylamide more effectively. Cruciferous vegetables, including broccoli, kale, cabbage, and cauliflower, contain antioxidants and sulforaphane, an active ingredient that can support liver detoxification and reduce the impact of carcinogens like acrylamide. Garlic is one of the most powerful detoxifying foods, helping the body eliminate toxic compounds. In addition, sprouts, especially broccoli sprouts, contain high levels of glucoraphanin, which helps activate the body's natural detoxification mechanisms and minimizes the risk of harm from acrylamide. Vitamin C is an important antioxidant that helps reduce the impact of free radicals produced from acrylamide. To enhance this protection, supplement with foods rich in vitamin C such as lemons, oranges, bell peppers, and sauerkraut. Green tea contains many polyphenols, especially EGCG, which helps reduce oxidative stress and supports liver detoxification. Spirulina, blue-green algae, is also one of the superfoods that can absorb toxins and help the body eliminate harmful compounds such as acrylamide. Although acrylamide can appear in many everyday foods, following a balanced diet rich in antioxidants will help minimize its harm. Most importantly, prioritize fresh foods, process them properly, and combine foods that support detoxification to protect long-term health. You now have important information about acrylamide, from how it forms, foods that contain a lot of acrylamide, to measures to limit and neutralize its harmful effects. Hopefully, With this knowledge, you can make smarter dietary choices to protect the health of yourself and your family. Coffee is one of the most popular beverages worldwide, but not everyone knows that it can contain acrylamide, a compound that may pose health risks. However, not all coffee types have the same levels of acrylamide. Light roast versus dark roast. What's the difference? Hot beverage light roast coffee has a higher acrylamide content because the roasting process hasn't reached a high enough temperature to break down the compound. Hot beverage dark roast coffee and espresso contain lower levels of acrylamide since the high roasting temperature helps break down much of the acrylamide present in the coffee beans. If you love coffee but are concerned about acrylamide, choosing dark roast or espresso over light roast is a simple yet effective way to reduce exposure to this unwanted compound. Acrylamide and its health risks. Acrylamide is not just a byproduct of food processing, it can have serious health consequences. Once inside the body, it can metabolize into glycinamide, a more dangerous compound that has the potential to damage DNA and increase cancer risk. One major reason acrylamide is a growing concern is the modern diet's high reliance on ultra-processed foods. Small diamond teenagers. About 67% of their daily calorie intake comes from processed foods, including snacks, biscuits, chips, and fast food. Small diamond adults. More than 50% of total calorie intake is from ultra-processed foods. Small diamond children. Even at a young age, 46 to 47% of their calorie intake comes from industrially processed foods. The increased consumption of ultra-processed foods has contributed to rising chronic disease rates, with cancer being one of the biggest threats. Globally, cancer is now the second leading cause of death, and acrylamide may be one of the contributing factors. This is a wake-up call for modern eating habits, reducing processed food intake and increasing the consumption of fresh, nutrient-dense foods can help lower exposure to acrylamide and improve long-term health. How to reduce acrylamide intake in your diet. While it's nearly impossible to eliminate acrylamide entirely, understanding it and taking strategic steps to minimize exposure can help protect your health. Checkmark limit high-risk foods, chips, packaged snacks, industrially baked goods, and refined cereals are common acrylamide sources. Cutting back on these foods can significantly reduce acrylamide intake. Checkmark choose healthier cooking methods. When cooking, opt for saturated fats like butter, animal fat, or coconut oil instead of vegetable oils to lower acrylamide formation. Also, avoid excessive cooking temperatures or prolonged cooking times. Checkmark incorporate beneficial foods. Antioxidant-rich foods can help counteract the harmful effects of acrylamide. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, kale, cabbage, garlic, vitamin C-rich foods, lemons, oranges, bell peppers, and green tea all support cellular protection against acrylamide damage. Checkmark be mindful of your coffee choice. If you're a coffee lover, choose dark roast coffee or espresso instead of light roast, as the higher roasting temperatures help reduce acrylamide levels. Final thoughts. Take control of your health. Acrylamide is present in many common foods, but you have the power to control your exposure through smart choices. By reducing processed food intake, selecting natural ingredients, modifying cooking methods, and incorporating protective foods, you can take meaningful steps towards safeguarding your health. Ultimately, knowledge is key. The more you understand potential risks, the better decisions you can make for yourself and your family. Start today with small but impactful changes to build a healthier lifestyle. Green heart. Acrylamide is a hidden risk in many processed foods, but by making informed choices, you can significantly reduce its impact on your health. Opt for dark roast coffee, minimize processed foods, and include antioxidant-rich foods to protect your body. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with others. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Health and Life for more science-backed health tips. See you in the next video. Green heart sparkles.